I think Frost would have been pleased to see the turnout today. You may know him also as the town historian from the Derry Museum.
And to read Tree at My Window for us this morning, and probably to say a few words too, is John Clayton from the Union Lead.
Yes, imagine being a journalism student and coming to work in Derry, New Hampshire, and you're going to tell people that you're a writer. And you're doing your writing a mile from where Robert Frost did so much of his magnificent work. Humbling is a word I would use. There were other words I can't use, terrified among them. Charlie said it inspired many of his poems, none so specific as Tree at My Window. Tree at my window, window tree. My sash is lowered when night comes on. But let there never be curtain drawn between you and me. Vague dreamhead lifted out of cloud, and thing next most diffuse to cloud. Not all your tongues talking aloud could be profound. But tree, I have seen you taken and tossed, and if you have seen me when I slept, you have seen me when I was taken and swept, and all but lost. That day she put our heads together. Fate had her imagination about her. Your head so much concerned with outer, mine with inner weather. Thank you.
Do you read Robert Frost?
Oh, yes.
And what do you find in Robert Frost?
Pithy statements.
Yeah.
Good feelings, sad feelings, different kinds of feelings.
Have any favorite poem?
No, I don't.
No.
I really do. I like The Road Not Taken. I like Stopping by Woods.
What is your name?
Margaret Ives. I live.
Do you read Robert Frost?
Oh yes, Robert Frost, way back in 1964, 5, that's when I first got into it.
And what kind of thing does he say to you?
He talks about New England to me.
Yeah.
I read it as liking nature and liking New England.
Do you have a favorite poem?
I think Wall Mending would be my favorite because it's so New England.
Yeah. You can give a quote from something?
Something there is that does not love a wall, sends the frozen ground swell up and costs you. I think it's left and right. I was thinking of an apology to Robert Frost when I came up with something there is that does not love a maple tree, that sends the fall hurricane that tosses it left and right. But I haven't come up with the next set of stanzas yet.
Okay, what's your name?
Bob Abbott.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Nice to meet you.
You must be connected with the house here.
I am
What are you?
the chairman of the Board of Trustees.
I see. Do you read Robert Frost?
I do.
And what do you like about Robert Frost?
Everything. Everything. I think he, more than any other poet, touches people all over the world. Do you know we have a man here from Moscow today? You heard about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's your favorite poem?
My favorite poem? Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. Depends on how I feel when I get up.
That's right.
Which poem I like.
What's your name?
I'm Laura Burnham.
Nice to meet you, Laura.
Nice to meet you.
You read Robert Frost?
I do, but just because I work here, and I like him.
And what do you like about Robert
You know
Frost?
if
Sean gave us the bottle.
He was one of the first American poets, and that's what I really loved about him, that he's so kind of crucial to the country, you know? Like, he was like, you know what I mean, right? Like Walt Whitman, Emily Dickinson, and Robert Frost, you know, like the three people who were the first American writers, and that's what I like about him.
No, but I didn't buy it.
You have a favorite poem?
you want to buy it,
No, you buy it.
Fire and Ice.
I'm gonna give it to Amy.
Can you quote a line?
Like it.
Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. What I've tasted of desire, I hold with those in favor of fire.
What's your name?
Greta.
I told.
That's nice. You read Robert Frost?
Do I read Robert?
Yes.
I've read several books of his, yes.
And what do you like about Robert Frost?
He's just the most incredible poetry you've ever read. If you read poetry.
And
I can't remember it all, but every time I read it, it's inspiring.
do you have a favorite poem?
Birches, you know, the usual mending walls is wonderful one. November is one.
Thank you. What's your name?
Will Frost.
Nice to meet you.
I find particularly in this tree that there's a union between trees and poetry, and as a sculptor that's what I look for, and I found it in Frost. He talks more about trees than most poets and I can think of. So I'm here just to celebrate the day, and I want a piece of the wood from the tree also if I can.
You work with trees.
I do. I work with local trees across New England. I have a lot of pieces from sugar maple in Vermont, and it worked beautifully. I'd like a piece of this that's probably about 3,000 pounds, maybe 8 feet tall, 8 feet in circumference. So it's big, and I'm in line. It's a long line.
Good. Good. You must read Robert Frost.
I do read Robert Frost.
And what kind of thing does he say to you?
Oh my goodness gracious, Al! It's very. I can't say it in a few words, but I think, I guess, what he means most to me is oneness with nature. So,
What, do you have a favorite poem?
stopping by woods, still here.
And do you have anything you can quote?
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow.
Thank you. And your name is?
Charlie Dent.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Nice to meet you, too, and thank you for coming.
Do you read Robert Frost?
Read him substantially.
And what does Robert Frost say to you?
Many things. Each time something different.
You have a favorite poem?
I do.
What is it?
Verse and country friends.
I see. Can you give a quote from it or from anything?
Let's see. It's, well, I'm trying to think of the poem that I can quote from, but it's one had to be verse and country things. But you know the reason the Phoebe's wept, it's the house that's deserted.
I would have probably dug out
It probably had fallen to a fire or whatever, but it's a very lovely, poignant poem.
Good. And what's your name?
Doris.
Nice to meet you. Now, what does Robert Frost say to you?
So many things. He says, sometimes at the end of what he says, it is so tender and so spiritual that I feel like I have to say amen. And sometimes it's great to see the world appreciate everything. Appreciate the seasons, appreciate nature. But I love
All right? Do you read Robert Frost?
Do I read Robert Frost?
Yeah. What does Robert Frost say to you? Mm-hmm.
Says New England.
Have a favorite poem? Okay. What's your name?
Leslie O'Donnell.
Okay. Nice to meet you. What do you have there? What's that?
Look up.
What is that?
That's good. Show it. See?
Gee, isn't that nice? What's your name?
Lindsay.
Ah,
Lindsay.
Daisy. We've got a piece of the tree.
Got a piece of our tree, haven't we?
Good.
This is Mr. Frost's tree.
Is it like just any other tree?
Pretty much.
You don't usually have an audience though.
Nope. Usually we don't have to mess with the brush either.
Ah. What's your name?
What's that?
What's your name?
My name's Floyd.
Nice to meet you.
last big piece they hauled off was 4,800 pounds. This piece is also about 4,800 pounds.
Do they weigh them?
Yes, the crane operator weighs them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, interesting.